I never could have imagined how lonely I would feel and be when I started healing my trauma 4 years ago. The first 8 months were one of the most miserable experiences that I've ever had. And it was also the first time that I actually genuinely looked inside myself, who I actually was and what I was feeling. Now, before, when I didn't think I was lonely, I was always doing everything for everybody. I was the golden child of my family. I was helping everybody with advice, with being there for them emotionally and physically as well. But I never was there for myself. And when I finally started to understand this and started healing my childhood trauma, that's when everything hit me physically, but especially mentally. Because at that point, I finally started to realize that I was, I had severe childhood trauma and my parents were the main culprits behind this. And that I've been enabling them ever since pretty much I was born. And when I started to change this, I felt a big emptiness inside me. I still feel it now, but in a way better way. And also, the rejection then that my parents suffered because of it made them pull back. That made me feel really low. Only person that was standing and is still standing by my side was my girlfriend of 6.5 years. But even then, she couldn't understand me and what I've been through, just as I can't understand what she has been through and her own trauma. And the worst thing about this is when I legitimately had nobody to talk to apart from my therapist about my experiences because people just didn't understand it. Even my girlfriend, as much as she wanted to, she couldn't understand on the deepest level what I was going through. So I hid more and more from everybody, and I was lonely. And the saddest and the most hurtful part about all of this is that nobody, but I mean a nobody, asked me, Blash, how are you doing? What can we help you? Nobody from my quote unquote friends, colleagues, not even parents, of course, actually reached out. And fast forward to today, I haven't spoken to my parents in 9 months. They're not blocked. They can always call me, text me, or do whatever, but they've chosen not to do so. If the places were the other way around, I would have always asked them, hey, how's it going? Do you need anything? How can I help you? But that's who I always been to them. Emotional support. I'm gonna say animal, but like really, I was that person that they always had to go to and then dismissed, of course, with because I was too young or I didn't understand them completely when I offered them any advice. And that kind of like just compounded everything in feeling completely lonely. And one of the things that we talked about with my therapist, she legitimately told me, Laj, this is completely okay. The reason why you're feeling lonely is because everybody imposed themselves on you mentally and subconsciously as well. They filled the personality and the person that Blanche was supposed to be with their own ideas. And now that you remove them, now there's this big loneliness that is waiting to be filled by you, who you are. And I am in this journey now. Why did I also feel like really lonely at the beginning was because I was afraid of this. I didn't know how to exist without people just imposing on me. And it was that panic, heavy anxiety attacks that, I mean, they were just horrible. There's a reason why I was on sick leave for 6 months due to burnout, but it was also due to me finally coming to terms with my trauma. And it was that bad that I couldn't work for 6 months. Now, even when I'm feeling the emptiness here around my chest and my heart, I'm okay with this. I am lonely, but it's a good type of loneliness. The one that I know I'm going to slowly fill with who I am and what I really want to to do. The last thing that I really want to talk about is the new people that I've met along the way. Some of them have been amazing, but the majority of them, when I openly talk about my trauma, because I do want to talk about them, you're here watching this video because of it, is that people will, and I can guarantee you, if you're healing through trauma and if you feel lonely and talk about this, they will try to explain you why you either should talk to your parents, that you should forgive your parents, or just try and explain it to you as a person how you should feel and why their thinking is correct. Whereas the thinking of every single individual who went through trauma, so it's just such as myself, as in you, our feelings are valid. And only our feelings are valid, not what anybody else thinks, but what we feel and what we think and what we know is true. And a lot of people will never understand that. So when somebody, and I get this like at least once a week, an unsolicited advice, talk to your parents and blah, 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 I just smile and say, like, yeah, okay. Because they never get it and they don't understand it. What I've been through, what you've been through. Yeah. The good part about the loneliness is it is temporary. I know that I am building who I am, what I want to do, slowly but surely. And this emptiness is slowly getting filled. When I'm looking at 4 years ago to where I am right now, the hole has been filled tremendously. Although I still have a long way to go, but I know now that I'm finding myself who I am, what I want to do, and that I'm going to be much more fulfilled and even happy in the end. I still don't know what happiness means. Till next time.